Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So Doug, if you can just confirm the audio so we can start.
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah, so or do we need to wait another a minute?
No, we can go ahead.
Okay, great. So thank you, team. So once again, welcome to AZ104 training program. Yesterday we focused more on the cloud fundamentals part. Today we'll be moving more on the configuration and monitoring about Microsoft VM. So we'll be moving directly on into the AZ104 topic. Yesterday we spent more time on the AZ900 contents. Now, I hope you can able to see the whiteboard now. So let me remind you a couple of topics or a couple of important uh, services which we've been learned on in a AZ900 training program. One was is about difference between cloud models. So when you had a discussion about AZ900, the first understanding we had it's about NIST is the organization which is being clearly defined a definition for a cloud computing. Then we understood like based on the service model, the classification is been done as a ISAS. It's been classified as a SaaS, and it's been classified as a PaaS also. Then we understood there are four models your cloud can be implemented. One it's been is knowing as a public cloud. Second one is been knowing as a private cloud, and third one is been knowing as a hybrid cloud. Then we understood the importance of a subscription in case if you want to use a cloud solution. All of us understood it's basically working in a model of OPEX model. OPEX model means that basically if you take a Uber or a electricity, based on the consumption, we are paying the money to the cloud service provider. So the same concept is been applied here also. Now, so there is a couple of points we have been learned. One, it's been like, in case if I need to use a cloud model, we need to have a account. We need to have a subscription also. So today we'll be starting with how to create a subscription. Then we'll be moving on into the creation of a VM, how simple Azure resource can be configured on in a cloud. So these are the few points we are planning to discuss on the first part of the session today. I hope I'm audible, loud and clear, and you are able to see the whiteboard. So you can just confirm through the chat. That's been great. So meanwhile, let me, yeah, great. Now, in case if you want to use a cloud uh, solution, the first thing it's been like, we need to have a account. You need to have a account is being needed. Let me compare you with a couple of options. For example, like all of us are familiar with the Amazon Prime Video, right? All of us are watching movies on internet. OTT platforms are available. You may be familiar with the Prime Video, or you may be familiar with the Netflix, Hotstar. This kind of tools or application has been available here. Now, if you take all these products, if I need to create this product, first thing it's been like we used to create an account, right? All of us maybe created an account. Second thing it's been like once the account has been created, you will take a subscription plan, right? You will take a subscription plan. Basically it's been like a 6 months or a 3 months or a 1 year plan you are taking from a that particular vendor. Now similar way for in a Azure also, in case if you want to use an Azure service solution, you need to create an account. You need to create an account. You need to create an account with the Microsoft. Only after that only you can able to use the services on in a Microsoft portal. Now when it is coming on in an account creation part, there are two ways you can able to do it here. One, it's been like Microsoft is been giving a free account for you. If anyone wants to work on in a Microsoft cloud, Microsoft is been coming saying, hey team, please come and explore my solution. I'm giving a free account for you. So this free account has been valid for 30 days. 30 days this free account has been available for you. So 30 days, if you create this one, we understood like if I need to use a cloud portal, this has been working like an OPEX model. OPEX model means that this has been working like a pay as you go model. What do you mean pay as you go model? You may be using a car service in your country, something called Uber, right? In case if I'm traveling from my home to office, I may be book travel or it's been like a solution using a Uber application. Now, if once I reach my destination, I have to pay the money to the vendor, right? Or money to the car driver. So it's been like a kind of a pay as you go model in the car service. Now, similar model you are using on in a cloud also. It means if someone is want to purchase or someone want to use a solution rather than purchasing an asset, rather than purchasing a server, you are connecting with a cloud service provider, informing them I need a 2 VM or I need a 3 VM with a X configuration or a Y configuration. They will be providing you end of your consumption or end of the usage. We have to pay the money to the vendor. How this is being done? You will have something called subscription. So we'll have something called subscription. So your billing will be tagged to the subscription. Now, when it is coming on in a account creation part, or all your subscription is being linked with account. Now, for creating an account, you have a two option. One is been free account is been available. The moment when you create a free account, this got a validity of 30 days. And the moment when you create a free account, there will be a $200 will be credited to your account. So if you're creating a VM or if you're creating a firewall or if you're creating a database, the amount will be debited from this $200. You don't need to pay anything to advance into the cloud service provider. So this will be debited from this $200. Now for creating a free account, couple of information has been mandatory. One, it's been like you need to have a valid email ID. You need to have a valid email ID to be available. A second thing, one, it's been like you need to have a valid mobile number. Third thing, it's been like you need to have a valid credit card also. Credit card is been only for a verification purpose. Microsoft is not going to pay or it's me not going to credit or it's not going to debit anything to your credit card. This only for validating your account. If you take a Facebook, you may be having one or two Facebook account, right? Even in your LinkedIn, you may be having more than one account. But when it is coming on in a free account, using one credit card, you are allowed to create only one account. You cannot have um, another account using the same credit card. And Microsoft is not going to charge anything from the credit card. Once, as long as if you're not upgraded your account, after 30 days, this account will be disabled. So there is a couple of points you need to remember. The moment when you create an account, you need to give this, fill all this information. Once you fill, you will get an account. So this will get a validity of 30 days. So 30 days, you can able to use this one. Now, after 30 days, what will happen to your account? In case if you have been not upgraded your account, there is an option available. That's something called upgrading your account. So in case if you're not upgraded your account, whatever services you have been hosted on into that account, for example, like you hosted a VM or you hosted a computer, you hosted a firewall, you hosted a database, whatever services you've been hosted on that account, that will be disabled. And second point, it's been like the moment you create a account, for example, like if you create an account on in a Microsoft portal, the moment when you um, I hope you can able to give me a second. The moment when you not upgraded your account, whatever information is been available here, that will be disabled also here. So there is no automatic upgrade option is been enabled here. Means we cannot upgrade directly, or it's been like you cannot upgrade um, automatically. Your credit card is been not upgrading anything on into the Microsoft portal. So this manually we need to enable that. As long as if you're not enabled manually, this won't be um, upgraded, or this won't be upgraded uh, uh, your services uh, automatically on in the cloud side. So this needs to be manually we need to do on in the cloud side. And if you're there are some countries your um, debit card has been supporting on in few countries. So it's been like in case a debit card, credit card, if you don't have, you have option of using a debit card in few countries also. Now, if in case if you don't have any credit card, for example, like if it is students or something, then we may have to go for a student's account here. So you have a option of going to a student's account also. So after inputting all these things, and keep saying I'm not eligible here. So have you given an option of a credit card? Yes, I have given the option of all the details. Now, a couple of points you need to remember here. Uh, Let me show you how this has been selected here. Give me a second. Let me take into portal. So if you go to Microsoft portal here, give me a second. So give me a second here. So if you go to, I hope you can able to see the screen here. You can go to Azure free account. So you can able to, if account you can able to see here. You can able to see an account. You can able to go for a something called start as a free here. If you go to here inside here, this will take you for a sign up option here. I hope you can able to see the uh, tool here, right? So you can able to see an option here. So this is the place where you need to go for creating a one. The moment when you click a create one option, so this will ask you to fill a couple of details here. The first one, it's been like always you need to have a email ID here. So you need to go for a email ID options are available. So you need to provide a valid live email ID or a Microsoft email ID on in the portal here. So that's one important point you need to configure it here. Now, second thing, it's been like in case if you want to create a one, you can able to use a there is an option called um, GitHub ID also. Now, if you go for here, so you have an option for creating an account. So for example, like I'm given a name like a .robin uh, mct at outlook.com. I'm just already have a account has been available. So this will give you a message saying that it's already there is an account has been available. So you will have option for creating an account here. So the moment when you given this one, this will ask you for a credit card and the basic details. So this will allow you to create a account here. Now, a couple of points you need to remember here. Now, once you create an account, as I said, you will be getting a $200 credit limit. So you will be getting a $200 will be credited to your account. This will be credited to a subscription. There will be a subscription will be created under this account. So once the account is been created, you will have a subscription is been attached to that. So the $200 will be credited to that. Now the couple of points you need to remember, you will not have any option to withdraw this $200. For example, like if someone is thinking like, hey, let me convert this amount to my bank account, that option is been not available. Um, in case if you've been um, not utilize this one, there are a couple of scenarios it will come here. So this $200 you can able to use 30 days only. For example, like in 30 days, if you haven't used this amount here, this $200 is been not carried forward to the next month. In case if you're not utilized 30 days, 30th day, whatever amount is been available, that will be moved into the credit into onto the account into zero. So in case if it has been 30 days, if you're not utilized, whatever amount is been available in your account, that will be moved to zero. Second point you need to remember, for example, like you have a $200 has been available. Now in the first 1 or 2 days, you have initiated a couple of labs. Within 2 days, your $200 has been over. What will happen? Will Microsoft will give additional $200? No. In case if you have been 2 days, if your $200 has been over, you may have to go for a upgrade option. So in case if it is not available, you can have to go for a upgrade option. So in case if you've been creating a VM, for example, like if you created a VM on in a Microsoft portal, by default it's been like this will be debited from the account here. So for example, like if you use an account here, so like whatever account you have been created, uh, it will be debited the amount from the $200 from here. So that's an important point you need to remember here. Any questions here? Now the same kind of a 200 or a account option you can able to see in other vendors also. Like in case if you're going on a AWS or a GCP, all these companies also you can able to see the same options. Now I'm posing you for taking a question. You can post all your questions on the chat window. Let me attend all the questions related to the free account here. That's a good question. What will happen to the service, like in case if the account is been not renewed? Let me put in this way. That's a nice question, Sania. For example, like you have a VM, it's been configured with a DNS, and your 30 days is been over. So and you haven't upgraded your account. What will happen to this DNS service? So answer for this, it's been like um, the DNS service won't be available. So the DNS service will be moved on into the disabled mode. So you will not be able to provide the service here. Clear? So the answer for your question has been like there will not be any service. So as long as if you're not using this one, you will not have any option to convert here. So that the reason, like even we are allowed to create a production services and we are allowed to configure services here. But the problem here, it's been like, as long as if you're not converted your account after 30 days, you will not be able to use it here. So that's an important point here. Now let's show you how to do upgrade a account. Creating a free account has been pretty much very simple. You need to just go to that link here, the create an account. Let me post the link here. You need to just go to this link, and from here you can able to create an account. So very simple. It's like you need to give me your details and credit card details. That's once it's created, you'll be able to access. Now that's an important way of connecting or it's been configuring account. Now once the account is being configured, how to access this one? That's maybe the another important point here. How to access your portal or how to access the cloud infrastructure. Now, if someone want to access in cloud, um, Microsoft cloud infrastructure, we have a different management tools are available for us. One it's been like is basically known as management tools. If you take a cloud infrastructure, how will you connect to Microsoft Azure? For example, like I'm sitting in Nigeria and my cloud has been hosted in US or a UK or a North or a India, how do I connect that? For example, like in case if I need to access a VM or a server which has been hosted in on premises, it was pretty much easy for me, right? If the server is been available, I may sit here, I'll connect my laptop. I used to connect my manage my server here. But right now the server is been hosted in a cloud. In that kind of a situation, how do I manage to on in a cloud scenario? Now, for managing a cloud, you have a different options are available here. The first one is been basically it's been known as a Azure Portal. Basically, is known as Azure Portal. Means you need to you connect to a particular portal called portal.azure.com. In the browser base, it's basically we used to connect using something called browser in the browser mode. Right now, you can able to see I've been connecting to a screen. You can able to see a black screen. You can able to see in the browser. I've been connected portal.microsoftazure.com. Basically, whenever you want to access this site, always used to go in a private browser mode because there will not be any browser history or credentials has been not saved here. So if anyone want to connect to Microsoft Portal, we need to type it portal.azure.com. Now, whatever email ID or account you have been created, that details you can able to give it here. For example, like I've been created my account within my email ID. Let me put this details here. It's asking for a password saying that yes, your ID has been valid. Please provide me the password for this. So let me give the password here. It's a very confidential one. We'll be providing a certificate to everyone. Okay, so whoever is been registering this one, um, we'll be providing certificate to everyone. Frederick, it's not that there's no certificate. Whoever is been um, register for this training program. There is attendance link is been given. All that 400 people, or it's been like who is registered in the email ID, it's been mentioned. Will be providing a certificate. And this event which we are doing for a last couple of weeks, and we are planning to have with a similar kind of event also. So whoever is registered this program, definitely they will be getting a certificate. There is no doubt. In case if there is any such kind of a concerns or a confusion, myself is been available on the WhatsApp group. We have a another two Spock has been available in this call here. Surag and Chaitanya also it's been available. In case if anyone having any difficulty, we are happy to help. So nothing to worry about that. Okay. So right now you can concentrate on the account creation part. Now, right now we have been connected here. So right now we've been connecting to portal here. Right now I'm just typing the password. Just give me a second. You can able to connect using HTTPS also. If you want, you can able to connect HTTPS also as well. So you can able to see that. Just give me a second. Let me. You can able to. Let me type the password. So you can able to add. Give me a second. I'm just adding. So I'm just connecting using a password here. Just give me a second. It's asking for a code here. So let me put the code here. I hope you can able to see the screen here. So right now, I hope you can able to see a screen here, right? So you can able to see a screen here. So let me connect here. So right now on the your screen, you may be able to see something called portal.azure.com. This basically knowing as a Azure Portal layout window. Right now, you can able to see there is a screen has been available in front of your screen. This is basically known as Azure Portal layout. So this is a more graphical oriented screen. This you can able to see all the service currently it's been hosted on in a Microsoft Azure. So using this tool in a graphical ways, you will be able to manage your all the actions. Manage all the action means that you can able to you will be getting a single unified console here. So here you can able to manage your resources. Here you can able to manage add additional resources, a dashboard, or you can able to create your cloud shell, everything here. Now, the moment when you connect it here, on the right side top, you will be able to see the account details. Right now, you can able to see on the right side top, you will be able to see the information about what is the account you've been registered here. What is the email ID you have been used? You can able to see such kind of information on the right side of your Azure portal. So once you connected here, you can able to see the email it's been registered and there will be a domain also it's been created for you. So which you can able to see on the right side of the window. Now, the moment when you selected here, you can able to see there is a left side, you may be able to see there is a panel. This basically is been known as a resource panel. In the left side, you may be able to see something called create a resource, home, dashboard, all services. You can able to see resource group, app services, functional, this kind of options you are able to see. This basically is been known as a resource panel window here. Now, the moment when the first time if you have been connecting, you may be not seeing this resource panel window here. In case if you're not seeing this resource panel window here, on the right side top, you may be able to see there is a gear kind of a symbol. So if you click on here, if you click here, there is an option called appearance and a startup window. So this basically, if you want to get a resource panel kind of a window on the left side, this needs to be configured in a docked mode. By default, your window or a portal layout may be something like this. So if you take a first time, if you may be connecting, your screen may be something like this. You may be not seeing any kind of a resource panel. So in case if you want to get this kind of information, you need to go to this gear symbol from here, or that's basically known as settings. From here in the appearance, you can able to select your doctor more, or you can able to select your themes, etc. from here. So in case if you're not happy with the blue color, if you want to go to light color or a dark color, you can able to select it from here. And in case if you want to select a particular language, you have option to select that language also from here. Now, In case if you want to go for any options here, right now if you can able to go to the portal here, uh, here you have option for selecting all the services also. For example, like if I've been selected is a talk to mode, left side you are able to see all the resources here, and here you can able to see something called all services tab. If you select all services tab, this will display you all the services currently Microsoft is been hosting here. So there are 100 plus services been available here. This will be very beautifully Microsoft is been organized also. For example, like if you want to handle something related to compute, if you select the option of compute, this will be displaying all the resources been available on in related to the compute one here. For example, like a virtual machine or virtual machine classic or a function or app or a batch account, this kind of option you can able to see, you can able to see it from here. So you can able to see here, and another option is called networking also. If you select a networking tab, all the network related uh, components you can able to see here, and storage. This you can able to see it on in the storage account here, and you can able to see different categories of services here. So based on the customer requirement, you may be able to select the appropriate services from the all services tab from here. Now, if you go to the option called subscription, for example, like right now you can able to see, if you type the search bar also will help you, or it will give you the complete information about the services, or this will give you the complete information about documentations, or this will give you information about the marketplace or a Azure Active Directory. So this kind of the complete information you will be able to get it from the subscription or SQL tab from here. Now, if you click on the subscription tab, this will give you details like how the billing has been currently has been happening. Right now you can able to see I have a free account has been created here. For example, like you can able to see I have a free account has been available here. Now the moment it's been selected, if someone want to upgrade here, I have option for upgrading here. For example, like if you get an option here, see if someone was asking like after 30 days, how do we upgrade, right? So the moment when you go to the portal here, you have an option of upgrading here. So you have option of click upgrade here. This will help you that uh, after 30 days, if someone want to utilize the same resource here, you can have option for upgrading the account here. Now, currently already I have already a issue with my account, that the reason is being like you need to connect with a subscription, because that subscription currently it's been using have some issues here. Now, right now, if you can able to see here, there is some bell icon which you can able to see on the right side top. This basically knowing as a notification window here. So all your activities which is currently happening on in the server, for example, like if I'm creating a VM, generally this will create a notification or an activity log. So whatever actions which you've been performing on in the cloud, all that log file will be updated here. All that notification you will be getting on this bell icon. You may be remembering like when you were working on in a Windows servers, we used to have a event viewer tool, right? So here also we have a notification tool has been available here. So whatever activity has been available here, that's been updated as a notification or in a bell icon here. So with the help of that, you can able to manage, or you can able to configure a options here. So you can able to get all the activity log information from the bell icon from here. Now, today we are going to create a first virtual machine here. So we'll start with a virtual machine. We'll start with a computer called Azure VM. Then we'll try to see how to create a VM. Then we'll try to see how to manage it also here. Now, before moving to that VM creation, any questions on the fundamentals on the cloud side? So right now, this whatever topic so far it's been covered, it's been all the AZ900 condensed. So we need to move to the AZ104. That is the event we have been planned. Any questions on a AZ900 or a fundamentals side? If you're good, requesting you to put a single comment on the chat so we can able to move to the AZ104 content. Okay. Now, if you're good here, we can able to move to a next topic. It's called Azure VM or Azure Compute Resource. Now, today we are trying to understand about how to create a computer or a workstation on in a cloud infrastructure. How using cloud portal we can able to create a VM. Let me give you two scenario here. For example, like you are working for an organization. Now, let me give you a scenario on an on-premises side. Now, one of my customer is saying, we need to create a server. In an on-premises scenario, how generally it's been created, the moment when you used to for creating a server on an on-premises scenario, we used to take a box first, right? This can be a Dell or HP or a Cisco box. Basically, it's been known as a physical server, right? In case if you need to configure, we used to create a physical server. Now, when you take a physical server, if I need to install this server as a Windows Server 2019 or a 2022, I used to connect DD, DVD, or ISO image. I used to install on top of it 2019 here, on top of the operating system, right? So you can able to install an operating system directly here, and top of that, we used to create your additional application. So this is the way we used to work it on in a on-premises scenario. Now let's try to see how we can able to create a VM on in a cloud scenario. Now, the moment when you're planning for creating a cloud, a couple of information has been mandatory to be available with you. One, it's been like this a OPEX model has been working, right? So the first information you want, it's been like, what is the subscription we are going to use it? So that's the first information we need to have. Second information we need to have, it's been like, what is the resource group we are going to use it? Third thing, it's been like, we need to have a details about VM name. Second one, it's been like, which country you are able to host this VM. For example, like if I need to configure this server in the East US data center or West US data center. So this information also we need to provide it here. Now, let's let's try to create a VM here. So let's connect to a Microsoft Cloud. Let's create a into Microsoft Cloud here. Now let's create a VM. I'm just going to connect to a VM and let's try to create a VM or a workstation on in a cloud portal. Now, in case if I need to create a VM, first thing we need to connect to Microsoft Portal. Already we have seen how to connect to Microsoft Portal, right? We need to connect to Microsoft using a portal.azure.com. Using that, you will be getting a screen here. Now, in case if I need to create a virtual machine, a couple of method I can able to follow here. First method, it's been like on the screen, you can able to see something called search bar here, or in the left side you can able to see something called marketplace also. For example, like in the search bar, if you type a place is called marketplace, so you can able to select a marketplace here. This will take you into a screen where you can able to see all the softwares or a VM which currently the Microsoft is been supporting. For example, like if I need to install Windows Server 2019, I can able to type it here. I can able to type it here, Windows Server 2019. So this will be listing all the Windows Server versions, or it's been like a operating system Microsoft is been supporting here on in the portal. So you can able to select it here, the respective Windows operating system. For example, like if I need to go for a Windows Server 2019 data center versions, I can just put it here, data center. Can able to select a data center here. For example, like minimum version, I'm just if I'm selecting, I can able to go for the installation directly here. I can able to see, you can able to see a create option here. Samish, I'm sharing a Microsoft portal window here. In case if you're not able to see here, you may have to rejoin this one. I hope rest of the members are able to see the screen, right? Right now, you may be able to see a portal window, right? Requesting all the members to confirm, because in my secondary screen, I can able to see something. Yeah, no screen. All the members has been feeling the same thing, or okay, let me reconnect it here because here I can able to in my secondary screen. Yeah, because in my laptop I can able to see. Right now, are we able to see the screen? Right now, you may be able to see something called 2019. Previously, also the screen was shared. Not sure. Maybe Teams got some. Yeah, thank you. Great. So thank you, Team Neo and team for confirming this. Okay. Now, one option is been like you can able to go to the marketplace. Second option is been like in the home screen itself. You may be able to see a tab called virtual machine, right? You can able to see an option called virtual machine here. You can click on this virtual machine. The moment when you click on this virtual machine, this will be opening a window like this. So you can able to see an option like a create, switch to classic, and a couple of options you can able to see it here. So if someone want to create a VM, I need to click on this option called create button here. So the moment when you click on the create button, you will be able to get a tab here. So you will be able to uh, ask you to fill few information here. It's asking like information like what is the type of the VM you want and what are the type of the subscription you are going to use it here. So the first information mandatory that we need to provide information about a subscription. Subscription is nothing. It's basically like how the billing you need to do it on in the cloud side. That is being decided with the help of a subscription button on in the portal here. So in case if you are configuring a portal here, it's been configured with the help of a subscription button here. Now, the moment when you are going for a subscription button here, second option we need to select it as something called resource group. In a AZ 900 exam, you already maybe learned about what is the use of a resource group here, right? So it's been like um, allowing us to create a logical container. For example, like I'm creating a resource group here, something called Cloud Batch. I'm just creating a resource group called Cloud Batch here. Now, next details I need to provide, it's been like, what is the virtual machine name I need to provide? uh, what is the because whenever you're creating a any virtual machine, we need to provide a standard name. When you go for in a real-time scenario in a customer place, we used to provide some standard name for the customer computers. Basically, if you take a planning stage, we used to use this kind of a terminologies because rather than giving a name like it's been like Elisha or a Emmanuel or a Robin or a Zurak, um, we cannot give a name like this, right? We cannot give name like a my VM or a test VM or a production VM, right? So always we need to have a meaningful name on in a real-time scenario. So generally we used to follow some kind of a terminology. For example, like right now on the screen, you may be able to see a few guidelines have been added. For example, like you can able to use this kind of a terminologies while creating a name to a VM. For example, like the first few letter, you can able to give it as a DVs for a development, production PORD for a production, QA for the quality one, and location based details you can give the next. So similar way, you can able to give some standard name for a VM rather than giving a name like generally because I've seen some situation people may be giving a name like a VM1, my VM or a VM1 or a VM2. Finally, you will not be able to understand what is being hosting inside that. But instead of that, if you are giving a name something like this, first few letter like a production, next to two letter is been like a location. For example, like if I've been hosting this one is in a Africa, South Africa, next to two letter is been like a SA. So and if I'm hosting a web server here, I can give IAS and it's been a server one. So if someone has been seeing this one, they will be able to understand, yes, first four letter is being starts for a prod. So that means it's a production server. Next two letter has been representing a country. So you can, the resource can able to identify this has been hosted in a so and so country. And next three letter has been for the what is the application is been hosted. So you can able to give the application name. So it's been easy for you to identify if tomorrow someone want to manage, if someone has been else has been managing this one, it's been easy for you to identify the server details here. Now, if you take this virtual machine, next detail, it's been like we need to provide which country you are going to host this one. For example, like if you take a region here, uh, you will be able to see all the regional details here. So Microsoft is having almost 56 regions and 140 countries. They have a data center presence. So here you can able to select where you want to host your VM. Basically, like if you want to go for creating a VM, two important factor we used to consider. The first factor, it's been like where is your user is been residing. For example, like all your users are from Nigeria, then there is no point of keeping a server in US, or there is no point of keeping a server in Sweden or Switzerland. So basically, if you take any VM, we used to create a nearest location there. So basically, where your user is being hosted, near to that location will be hosting the server. Second point, it's been like based on your location, there is a price difference also you can able to see. For example, right now you can able to see I have been selected a option called, you can able to see there is an option called image here. So this is the place where you can able to select the operating system. Right now I'm just typing Windows Server 2022 Data Center Edition. Right now you can able to see I have been selected a location called West US Data Center. Let me maximize this. Right now you can able to see from the image, I've been selected a location is been East US, West US, and given the operating system is Windows Server 2022. Now, if you come down, you may be able to see the price tag here, right? Right now you can able to see 9,000, 887 rupees. The reason is been like right now it's been connected from India. That the reason the amount is been showing rupees. Now, if I have changed this location to a different country, for example, like I've been changed to East US location, you can able to see the pricing is been again got changed here. For example, like instead of Windows Server, like if I'm taking another country, you can able to see the pricing is been again changed here. For example, like instead of East to US, let me take another country like a Japan. For example, like let me select the country is a Japan here. You can able to see right now the amount is being changing here. Pricing part you can able to see here in the size. You can able to see this. I cannot see what instructor is being doing. Is there any um, internet issues you are facing? I hope all are able to see the screen, right? Team, can you just confirm on in the chat? I hope you can able to see the screen. Yes. So look like it's been an issue with your yeah. So look like it's an issue with on the screen. Right now. You can able to see here. Um, the moment there is a moment when you select a data center, the point you need to remember here, each data center, each data center is having different dollar price. That's the important point you need to remember. For example, like if you selected a server in a Japan, you may be getting one price. The moment when you selected the same server in another country, for example, like if I selected Brazil South, you can able to see the pricing is been again got changed. You can able to see the amount is being changed to 12,000 rupees. So the reason is been like it's been all depends upon the availability of the robots, depends upon the dollar conversion. It's all matter for this price difference. So the end of the session, you need to understand uh, each region will have a different price for same product. That depends upon the all the local resources being available. Based on that, you can able to see here. Second point, you need to remember all regions are not supported all configurations also. So that's another point. For example, like whatever configuration which you've been supported in Brazil may not be not available on the South Africa, or it's not be available on the Switzerland, or it won't be available in the Sweden also. So the moment when you are going for configuring any server, always we need to refer Microsoft documentation. So in case if you are going for uh, configuring any product, always you need to refer Microsoft Azure products page. You can able to see Microsoft product. You can able to see your in region support. You can just type it here. So here you can able to see product available on each region. You can able to find out from here. So this is very important. So right now, for example, like when you're working for a project, customer has been requested you have to create a VM and you've been agreed for a customer. Now, in case if that product is been not available on a particular region, you will not be in a position to provide to the customer. So it's been recommended you to refer the Microsoft product page. Right now, you can able to see there is a product page is been available here. So this is the you can bookmark this link when you go back to this link here. From here you can able to see each product. For example, like if you want to go to compute, here you have option to select a compute button here. So here you can able to select the uh, product. So based on that, you can able to select which product you want, whether this product is being supported in that particular region or not. This kind of a details you will be able to select it from this particular country or a particular product page. Right now, let's go back to this page here. So right now we have seen the pricing tab. Now few people has been asked where I have been selected an option of availability zone. So I'll come to this point in the later stage. Possible like let's create a VM in the later stage. We'll have a discussion about availability, high availability option. Basically, this availability option or availability zone, these options are selected. Take a scenario like you have been hosted a DNS or a SQL database server. In case that server is got crashed, how to recover that server? So this kind of option is been generally it's been provided, or availability, like ensure that if something goes wrong with your VM, how to recover that has been decided with the help of a availability option. So this has been basically will allow to configure a availability option. This will uh, ensure that you have option to recover your server if something goes wrong on in the server. So with the help of this, you will be able to configure an option of um, recovering your server on in a Microsoft side. So with the help of this, you will be able to configure availability zone or availability infrastructure. So with the help of this, you will be able to configure a availability zone. With the help of that, you can able to configure a redundancy. Right now, you can able to see I have been selected an option of no infrastructure. Means I haven't configured any uh, redundancy for my server here. So in the next phase or next module, will create availability option. Right now, I have been selected no redundancy. Right now, I've been selected a server or a location is east to west data center. Right now, let's be selected is to use data center. Okay, now any questions from anyone before moving to the next portion? So we'll be moving on into the creation. We'll take a 5 minutes break and we'll come back and we'll create a VM. Before that, any questions? Okay, let's take a 5 minutes break. Yeah, we'll do a recap of that. After a break, we'll come back here and we'll create a VM. Once the VM has been created, we'll see how to access that server and we'll see how to assign a public IP address. We'll try to see how to remove an IP address. What are the different method of connecting to VM? So all these points we'll take it after a break. So let's take a break now. And after a break, let's have a discussion about configuration of a VM. So let's take a yeah. So let's take a 5 minutes break and come back.
Hi everyone. I had just given a poll to know what kind of people have joined today. For students, there is an opportunity to get certification vouchers, so I just want to share it. So I just want to know what kind of people we have in the session. So please do give the response to the poll. You can, if you're not finding in your screen, then it should be in the chat box. Give us a response so we can just know who are with us today. I have shared a link to a blog where you can for students actually. So students can go in and sign up with their education email and get free vouchers, exam vouchers from Microsoft. Share the link in chat box. I think there are a few students here in the session, so I hope that helps you guys to uh, in your studies and getting into the professional world. So yeah.
I hope all are back. Requesting to confirm through the chat option so we can start creating a VM here. Requesting to confirm through the chat option so we can resume the session. I hope I'm audible and hey, good evening team. I hope you're back from break. Requesting to confirm through the chat option. Requesting you to confirm through the chat. Requesting you to confirm the chat option. Can we start? Okay, thank you. Okay, great. Now, let me recap what so far we have been done. We are in a customer place. We are trying to create a virtual machine on in a cloud scenario. Right now on the screen, the moment when you're planning to create a virtual machine, a basic few details we need to fill. So you can able to see here. So the moment when you're planning for creating a VM here, there are few information mandatory that we need to fill at the time of a creating a virtual machine. When we need to move to the next screen, we need to fill this detail. One is been the first information we need to fill it's about a subscription. How your billing is being done. That basically is being decided by the subscription. So there you'll be getting a drop down box here. So right now you can able to see a drop down box. When you go back to your organization, when you go back to your projects, you may be able to see different subscription details. This can be HR or it can be project specific, or this can be depends upon your client details. You may be able to see multiple subscription details on the drop down box. Because each department you may be using a different subscription. Is not that all the resource on the cloud is not going to host in a single subscription there. So you may be able to see a different subscription details there. So right now I've been selected as subscription details, and we have been selected what is the name we need to provide to the VM. So the moment when you want to access a VM, what is the name we need to give to the VM. So generally when you planning to go for a creating a VM, we need to give some meaningful name rather than giving a name like a VM1 or a VM2 or a VM3, because we can able to give VM1 or a VM2, but the problem here it's been like tomorrow you will be not be in a position to identify what is the information is been running on that. So better give some standard name where this has been hosted, what is the purpose of that. So in a professional standard base you can able to give a some meaningful name there. Then next option is been like the region, which country you are going to host this VM or a data center. So you have an option to select a country here. Basically, it's like generally the region, it's been basically a data center where you want to host this operating system. So basically, it has been two reasons or two factors generally we are being considering here. I'm unable to see your screen. Right now, I'm not moving in screen here. Right now, you can able to see create a virtual machine. I hope you can able to, everyone can able to see this one, right? Everyone is being able to see a screen, create a virtual machine. I'm not moving. All right, now I'm just create a simple screen here, create a virtual machine, right? Yes, yes. So right now you can able to see there is a region option. So the moment how you selecting a region here, you have access to many data center here. If you select a drop down box here, but generally in a customer place, this region details needs to be selected based on the user. Where is your application is been hosted? Where is your user is been connecting? Based on that, you need to select the region details here. That's one thing. Second one, it's been like each data center, you have a different price tag has been available. So each data center, you have a different pricing. It's not that in a same pricing has been available for our region. No, each country you have a different price tag has been available. So that's the important point you need to consider. So the moment um, when you plan for a creating a VM, user location. Second one, it's been like a price tag. These are the 2 points we need to consider. Right now, I've been selecting a location called East to East location here. Now, second option is been getting it's called availability option. Availability option is been generally been selected for selecting a availability for your organization or availability for a VM. Availability means that in case this VM is been down, how I can able to recover here. So you can able to go for configuring some set of a availability or a dear kind of options here. For example, like one server is been down, automatically we can able to start application from the second server. This kind of few concept is been available that basically is been knowing as a availability set or a availability zone. So right now you can able to see this kind of option from here. Right now I'm not selecting this one. Right now I'm selecting saying that no infrastructure redundancy is being selected. I'm saying to Microsoft, hey Microsoft, whatever VM right now we are being selecting, I don't need any redundancy. If this VM is goes down, I'm not worried. So I'm selected the option of no redundancy is being selected here. Now image is the option right now you can able to see on the screen. So this is the place you are selecting a operating system. What is the type of the operating system you want? What is the version you want? That you can able to select it from here. So here you have a drop down box is here. From here you can able to select the VM options here. Now another important point you need to remember, Microsoft Azure has been supporting Unix operating system also and Linux operating system also. Don't think that Microsoft Azure has been only supporting Microsoft operating system. No, it's been supporting um, Windows operating system and it's been supporting Unix operating system also. So this is the window currently you can able to see it here. Now right now I'm selecting Windows Server 2019 data center here. Now this is the place where you select your size or a configurations. Size here you can able to see different configuration. You can able to select it from here. So the moment when you select see all the size, you can able to see different configurations. This basically uh, based on the customer requirements, you can able to select different types of the configuration, different RAM size or different CPU size, different disk IO type. So based on that, you can able to select it from here, right? You can able to see D series or B series, different configuration. You can able to pull it from here rather than configuring high-end configuration. For example, like based on the customer purpose, you may be able to select the right resource here. So here you can able to select what is the type of the operating system or what is the configuration you want. You can able to select it from here. So right now I'm selecting the default one, saying that I need 2 CPU, 8 GB memory module. Now this is the place where you can able to select password for your operating system. Basically, whatever username and password, this username and password is been selecting inside your operating system. You may be remembering when you install Windows 10 or Windows 11 on your laptop. At the time of the OS creation, we used to create a username, right? What is the what is the use of that username and password? Basically, we used to use that username and password for connecting, or we used to create or used to use that username and password for interacting, or it's been like inside operating system. So here we can able to give the username here. I'm just giving a username here. So with the help of that, I can able to configure a username here. So I'm just giving a username and password. So here you can able to select it here. So if you use a username and password, interact the VM locally from a certain place. I'll be taking to that point, Mohammed. How we can able to connect to this VM, how we can able to use this username and password. After this session, I'll be showing this. So after the creation of the VM, I'll show you that. Now, right now, you may be able to see another two options here. Basically, it's been knowing as a inbound route. Um, I'll take this inbound route in the next part of the session, because there is in a network session. I'll be discussing this. So right now, always select an option of RDP here. So I'll tell you what is the reason behind that. This basically how you want to connect to the VM that is being decided from here. So right now you select an option RDP. In the next tomorrow, I'll be discussing a concept called NSG, that's called a network security group. So that time I'll be discussing about why we have been selected this option here. This basically using like how you want to connect to your VM. What is the type of the protocol you are going to use, or what are the type of the protocol to be allowed on into the VM that is being selected from here. So don't worry about this option here. Right now you select an option called RDP. Now, where we need to select an RDP, that we'll have a discussion tomorrow. There is a separate concept is been coming that's called NSG. On the bottom one, you can able to see a tab called licensing. Licensing means that the moment when you create a VM, the cost currently which you have been able to see on top of the screen, this include the server license cost also. Now, if you take a scenario like you're trying to migrate a VM, or if you're trying to do a on-premises to cloud migration here, already if you have a license is been available in your organization, then that kind of a situation, you can able to go for a existing license. In case if already you have a license is been available, you can able to use that same license here. So in case if you're using an existing license which already available in your on-premises organization, there will be cost reduction is being you're going to get it from your total billing, so that you can able to see it here, almost a 49 to percentage of the cost reduction you will be going to get here. So that kind of a model is basically known as hybrid model. For example, like already if you have a hybrid means already if you have a on-premises license is been available, and if you want to use that license here, then you can able to use this here. For example, like already if you have a license, then you can able to go for here. Now, if you go to the next options here, so this is the place where you can able to select a disk, where you can able to select a networking, management, monitoring, advanced, tag, all these options. Right now, leave all these things. So I'm just going for a review and a create. Then possibly after creation of a again we'll come back and we'll have a separate discussion on the disk and networking, management, and monitoring tab here. So right now I'm just giving a review and a create here. I'm just going with the default values which is been available on the disk networking management and monitoring here. So don't worry about this. We'll come back to this. Right now, let's create a simple VM here. So let's create here. So here has been raising a hand. Yeah, go ahead. Here, you can post your question on the chat. Right now, you can able to see a message has been showing here saying that validation has been completed here. So we are successful to go ahead. So I'm just giving like a option of create here. I just created the option here. So I've been created a VM. So right now you can able to see on the notification area, you have a option of activity log has been captured here, right? On the tops, you can able to see whatever action has been progressing here that you can able to see here. So right now it's been getting a message here saying that it's been saying a message saying that it's been a deployment model has been completed here, right? So right now you're getting a message saying that um, there is a uh, VM has been created here, right? So right now you can able to see there is a notification has been given here, and currently you can able to see there is a VM has been correct here. Now, if you go back to this all resources, or if you right now if you click on this virtual machine, this will give you a message here saying that hey admin, there is a VM has been created for you. Right now you can able to see there is a production VM has been created here. Right now you can able to see there is a production VM is being created here. Right now you can able to see there is a two VM currently is been running here. Um, so you can able to see there is a production VM is being created here. Right now you can able to see this is the name and current status is been like this has been located in the East US location. Current status of this VM is been running, and this has been running Windows operating system, and you can able to see there is a configuration details, and here you can able to see there is a public IP address also it's been assigned here. Now if you go back to this all resources in the left side, you can able to see along with your VM, you can able to see there is some additional resources also it's been created automatically. Right now you can able to see there is a public IP address, there is a network security group, there is a disk, then virtual network, there is a network watcher. There is a few resources been automatically has been created. Means the moment when you create a VM on in a Microsoft portal, if you take a VM here, the moment when you create a VM, what are the information we have been provided? So We have been selected subscription details. We have been selected resource group details. We given VM name. We have provided username and password, and we have selected an operating system, Windows Server 2019 or whatever, based on the customer requirement. Now, once the VM is been created, basically there will be two disk will be created. What is the use of a disk? Uh, One disk, it's been created for operating system drive. That's basically it's known as root drive, right? There will be a disk has been created automatically. That's called a root drive. Normally, if you take a Windows operating system, size of this disk is going to be 127 GB by default. In case if you want, you can able to expand also. That's not an issue. In case if you're taking Linux operating system, size of this OS drive is going to be 30 GB. Now, addition to that, there will be another disk will be created that's called temporary disk. Generally, the size of the disk will be 15 GB. Basically, this has been using for saving your paging file. In case you've been worked on a Windows operating system, you maybe heard about paging file details or virtual files, right? So this will be created a paging file. If it is a Unix operating system, this disk is been using for your SAP files. So basically the SAP file is been created inside this one. Now, there are 2 points you need to remember here. Right now, we understood the moment the VM is been created, automatically there is a two disk is being created. Now, whatever disk currently it's been created, one is your operating system and second one is been your temporary disk. Always we need to remember this in case if you want to save, um, in case if you want to save your information, it's been not recommended to save your data inside a OS disk or in the temporary disk. The reason it's been like the moment when you restart your VM, whatever content is been available in the temporary disk, that will be wiped out. So every time if you reboot your server, whatever content has been available on the temporary disk, that will be cleared. And always it's been not recommended to save any data on the OS drive also. So in a customer place, when you're planning for deploying a VM, always we need to add additional data disk. So you need to create additional data disk. So in case if you want to host any data, so basically you need to have a additional data disk needs to be created. So it's been not recommended to save any data inside a temporary disk, and it's been not recommended to save any information on the voice drive also. So these two important point you need to remember as an administrator. So it's been always recommended you to create a separate data disk. So along with your VM, right now we understood there is a disk is being created. Now, next point, it's been like when you take a on-premises server, in case if I need to communicate into an external world, we used to have a network interface card available, right? Or you maybe heard about something called Ethernet card, right? So Ethernet card or a network interface card. Generally using the network interface card, we used to connect a cable. With the help of that, you're making a network connection, right? So now when it is coming on in a cloud, you will not have any physical network interface card is being available. Instead of that, this card will be created as something called VNIC. That's called a virtual network interface card. So it's basically there is a virtually network interface card is being created. If you take any VM, by default, there will be one network interface card is been automatically assigned. So there will be one network interface card is been automatically created. In case if you want to expand or if you want to add more network card, you have an option for adding additional network interface card also. So you have an option for adding additional network interface card also. plus you will be assigned with two IP address. So if you take any server or it's been like a VM, basically there will be two IP address will be created. One is been knowing as public IP address, and second one is been knowing as private IP address. So if any VM if you are creating, by default there will be two IP address will be created. One is been knowing as a private IP address. Using a private IP address, you will be interacting with all the internal network. In case if you want to connect to internet, the VM will be using a public IP address also. So using a public IP address, you will be connecting to the external world. Now, for providing a security, there will be something called NSG will be created. We'll be going through all these points. Don't worry about that. Okay. So right now you need to I'm just giving some insight. The moment when you create a VM, there is some dependent resources being created. We'll go through all these resources. We'll try to understand how this has been configured and how to delete and what is the use of each resource. We'll have a separate discussion also. Another point you need to remember, the moment when you create a VM, by default, there will be NSGs being created. NSG stands for Network Security Group. By default, this has been created in a VNIC level. So that basically network security group is been acting as a um, network security group has been acting as a kind of a firewall. So with the help of that, you can able to manage all the communication inside into the Windows, or it's in the Unix or whatever VM has been configured. That generally it's been configured with the help of NSG. It's been a kind of a internal firewall. So right now you can able to see we have a VM is been available here. So these are the few dependent resources been configured. Next, we'll try to see how to access this VM. So before that, let me pause it here. Let me take all your questions, and if you're good, we'll go for the connection part, how to access this VM here. So any questions? If you're good, can you just put a comment on in the chat also? If you're good, you can put a single comment. Good, okay to go ahead. And if you have any question, let's have a discussion also. Yes, training material will be provided. So will be provided training material. So the PDF copy of this slides and the compute and handout will be uploaded on the group also. There is a handout is being prepared and it will be shared to you possible by EOD. So we are getting some positive comments on the chat. Thank you, team. So let's wait for the response from a majority of the members here. Let's wait for that. Okay, superb. So thank you. Now, yeah. So right now you can able to see there is a VM has been created here. So we have a VM, it's been available here. So let's try to connect to that VM here. So right now we can able to see we have a production VM which has been hosted in a East to West data center. So we have a in East to West data center. You have a VM has been configured. Right now you can able to see you have a VM has been available here, and the server is been hosted in the East to West data center. Right now I'm sitting in South Africa and I need to access this server. This is the question we have here. How do we connect here? So through an internet, I need to connect it here, right? So right now you have an internet has been available, and this server where this has been hosted, this has been hosted in the Microsoft data center. It's been available in the East US. I am sitting in South Africa and I need to access this server also. So right now let's see how to access this over here. So in case I need to access this VM, what other option has been available? Let me take a on-premises scenario. In an on-premises scenario, how generally we are accessing a server. One option has been like I can connect a monitor directly into a server and I can able to take it. Second option has been like I can able to take a RDP protocol. With the help of a RDP protocol, I can able to connect it. But right now, if you can able to see here, the server has been hosted in the East US data center. I'm sitting in a South Africa here. So right now I need to through internet, I need to connect it here. Now for accessing this one, there are multiple methods or multiple mode of operations are available here. In the first method, currently we are going to follow, it's with the help of a RDP protocol. RDP or few books, this may be mentioned as RDC also. So using a public IP address, way I'm using a public IP address because only the public IP address are routable in internet. Right now, if you take this VM is got two IP address. You have a public IP address, you have a private IP address also. Now, in case if I need to access this server using a public IP address of this server, I have a public IP address. This VM is been assigned. So with the help of a public IP address of the VM, we'll be taking this one. So for doing this, let me connect to our VM. Let's go back to the portal. Right now, if you go back to the portal here, right now you can able to see the virtual machines here. You have a VM, it's been available here. Right now, we are trying to connect to the VM here, right? So in case if I need to connect it here, I can click on here. So the moment if you're clicking on the particular VM, there will be a window has been opening here. On the right side top, you will be able to see something called connect option here. Now, the moment when you click on the connect option, you will be able to see there are different options are coming up. One it's been like RDP, SSH, Bastion. There's a three option you may be able to see here. SSH and Bastion option, we'll discuss it in the later point. The moment when you click RDP here, this will give you an option for connecting using a remote desktop. Now, when you select this option, you will be able to see two options here. One is a public IP address, and you will be able to see something called private IP address also. Private IP address you will not be able to use in internet because if you're taking any IP address, all the IP address currently has been available is been not routable in internet. There is some limitation we have, so we are not available or we will not be able to use a private IP address. In case if you want to use a private IP address, you need to have something called VPN, virtual private network. In case if you have a VPN client, or in case if there is any VPN solution has been available in your organization, you will be able to use the second option. Right now, we are not aware about what is a VPN here, so I'll not be in a position to use a private IP address here. So I need to use an option called public IP address. So through internet, if I need to connect to this server, which is been hosted in the East US data center, right now you can able to see in the overview tab, this is giving all the information about our server, right? If you click on the overview tab, this has been giving information saying that current status of this VM is been running, is been hosted in the East US data center. This has been mapped under so and so subscription, and you have an option for configuring an option to connect, um, or it's been the operating system has been configured, it's been data center also. Also, it's been like NATing also is needed, and in case if you have a direct VPN has been available, you have option to connect it directly also. In case if the firewall through firewall, if you're connecting, then you need to have a source NAT or destination NATing need to be enabled on in the firewall. So in a normal VPN has been available, um, you can able to connect directly. You don't need any NATing to be enabled on in a, any of the solutions. So directly you can able to connect it. So right now I'm just trying to connect it here. I'm selecting an option called RDP. So the moment when you select a RDP option, you will be able to download a pre-configured file. Pre-configured file means that you don't need to type any information because already this will have all information about your servers, saying that IP address, port number, all this detail is automatically it's been populated here. Otherwise, you need to go to Microsoft MSTSZ and you can have option of typing the IP address and port number. So right now it's been a pre-configured file is been available here. So I need to click on an option called connect here. So let me connect it here. So the moment it's been asking for a username and password. So the moment if I'm just giving a connect login screen, you will be getting an option to provide username and password. So the moment when you give username and password, whatever password which has been configured at the time of a creation of operating system, that needs to be provided. So right now your username and password is been right, you will be getting a screen like this. So if the moment if you connect it, this will be allowing you to take inside the operating system. Right now you can able to see you are allowed to connect it here. Now, right now you can able to access my machine from your server also. If in case if you can take an MSDSC, can you just type it on in your computer or in your laptop? You can just type it. Can you just access the server? I just pasted the IP address of my VM. Can you just type it? Go to MSDSC and type this IP address and connect it. Are you able to access? Can you try? Right now we have a VM has been available. Can you try accessing this IP address? IP address is been pasted on the chat window. I just pasted on the chat window. You will be able to copy from there. So you may be able to reach it, right? It may be asking for you a credential details, right? So means whatever server currently it's been available for you to access from your server also. So right now you can able to see, you may be able to reach out here. Right now you can able to see we have taken a remote desktop here, right? You may be connected from South Africa, Sri Lanka, or Nigeria. So you can able to see a support here, right? Yes. Right now it's supporting IP version 6 also. Right now we enable only IP version 4. So that's the reason we've been used IP version 4 here. In case if you've been configured any action, for example, like if you've been configured any um, IP version 6 IP address in your organization, you can able to go for that. So you have option of supporting IP version 4 or IP version 6. Right now, you may be not having an access also this. The reason is been like you not provided, or it's been like you don't have any access to this one, right? Because you are not provided any access here, right? So you will not have any position to connect it here. So right now you can able to see RDP, the server currently you've been connected. The server is been available here. If you go to my computer, you may be able to see there is a two disk is been currently it's been configured here. You can able to see there is a one disk is been allotted for the operating system. One disk is been allotted for into the your temporary disk also. Right now you can able to see on the screen you have a two disk is been allotted here. For example, like if you want to um, configure additional servers, you have option to add, or you can able to configure, you can able to configure additional disk as well. So in case if you want to go for any additional disk, data disk, you have option to connect it here also. Now if you go to IP address here, if you go to the command prompt, you can able to see the host name. So the host name has been whatever name we have been provided. And if you go to IP config, you can able to see there is a IP address has been assigned by the system also here. So this is the way the server is being configured on in a cloud. So tomorrow we'll be moving on into the management of the VM, how to add additional network interface card. We'll try to see how to add additional data disk, and we'll try to see how to delete a VM, how to remove a public IP address, how to attach a private IP address, and we'll be moving on into the networking side of that. Because in another 5 minutes, we will not be able in a position to complete that. So right now I'm just pausing here for taking all your questions. In case if you have any question related to that, let's have a discussion, or else we can pause for the day. How can we deploy a VM using a CLI? So that's a good question. Um, when it is coming on in a um, command prompt, Akbar, is not the CLI alone. You have an option of three options you can able to use. One, it's been like PowerShell. In case if you have been having a laptop is been available, and if you have a PowerShell is been available on your laptop. Sorry, I was having some fever. Give me a second. In case if you want to install a VM using a PowerShell, you have an option of uh, Windows PowerShell also option available. So you have an option to use a Windows PowerShell. This is the one method. Or if you're using a PowerShell, you need to be familiar with all the set of the commands here, because this is the all screen is going to be similar like Unix. So you need to have all the commands. You should familiar with the command prompt. This is one method. Second one, it's been like there is a concept of CLI also. Right now you can able to see a command prompt here, right? So all the PowerShell commands is been not supported here. Yeah, PowerShell is needs to be installed on your laptop. Exactly. So in case if you want to use a um, PowerShell on in your laptop. So this needs to be PowerShell to be available on your laptop. Basically, you need to have a PowerShell minimum version 5.1 or a later version, and you need to have a .NET framework also. In case if you don't have a PowerShell, you have an option to use your command prompt also. But in case if you want to manage your server, by default the commands are not available on in the portal. So you need to download an MSI file that called Azure CLI. So we have option of Azure CLI command line interface. So if you go to this portal, from here you can able to download the MSI files here. So you can able to go to the MSI file here. From here you can able to download the commands. So the existing command prompt you can able to use it here, or you can able to you go to a option called Cloud Shell also. So right now if you connect to the portal, on the top screen you may be able to see there is a book and symbol here, right? There is something called Cloud Shell. If you click on this, this will be taking you to a storage, to a screen like this. It's been creating something here. That's just called storage account. So this will be created a storage account. Now this will be taking a screen like this. Now in the screen, you can able to type a set of commands like this. So for example, like I'm pasting a few commands. So this kind of a commands you can able to paste it here. So this will create a VM using a PowerShell. For example, like let me share you a link. This will help you to create a VM using a PowerShell. This will give you a step-by-step procedure. So with the help of this, you can able to create it here. So in case if you want to use it using a PowerShell, you can able to use a Cloud Shell. Here you have option of Bash also. Bash means that in case if you want to use Unix command, in case if you want to use Unix, you can able to use a Bash option also here. So we need to familiar with the commands, or with the help of that, you can able to use that. So right now I've been provided a step-by-step procedure for creating a VM using a PowerShell. Any other questions? So creating a VM using a command prompt, I'll send you a document for that, both how to create a VM using a command prompt. I'll send you a step-by-step procedure document. So PowerShell and a command prompt, I'll send you a document end of the session. So you can just follow that. You need to just download and I'll send you that. I'll post you that. I'll send you that document for that. Okay. So that will help you to create a option of creating this. So basically, better you start with the cloud portal, then go for the command line or a PowerShell options. Sure, definitely, Samesh. Tomorrow we'll start with connecting the procedure, connecting to the VM here. Yeah, so we'll have an option of how to connect to VM again tomorrow. We'll have a discussion. How do we install um, Nix? Yeah, so you want to possible like um, you're creating a merchant for a Nix option. Yeah, you can able to refer this document. So this is tomorrow again. Yeah, how can you create a user in AD? Separate session has been coming. Service help desk team. Someone has been logging with us. Yes. So you have an identity session has been coming. Day after tomorrow, we'll have a discussion on Active Directory. So that time I'll be helping you to create a user account. I'll be discussing about a topic called role-based installation also. That time we can have a discussion about Azure Active Directory. We can have a comparison with a on-premises AD also. I'll help you to create a user account also. Day after tomorrow, it's been coming. So I'll help you on that. Okay, don't worry. So over to you, Sudak. We are almost on time. Send me the document. Definitely I'll do that.
Thank you, Robin, for the day two of for the Azure 104 training, and thank you all for joining with us today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the today's session, and hope to see you in the next sessions as well. And I would like to remind you that there is no more attendance form. That if you fill the first day form, you should be receiving once the training is concluded. And recording of the today's session will be available in our YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you all for joining with us today.
Thank you all. We are ending the session. Have a great day and connect tomorrow.